everybody, it's Kelly from LOCH BRIAR Knits coming to you from a cloudy Nova Scotia, Canada, where I live with my husband and our golden retriever Cedar, who may or may not make an appearance. He's a little lazy when it comes to getting in front of a camera. He prefers to just sack out on the floor somewhere. So, yeah, this like I'm looking around, like the answers are there. Just gonna get comfy here. There we go. Anyway, this is episode 43, and we're a knitting podcast. So to all returning subscribers and viewers, thank you so much for coming back. And for all new viewers and subscribers, I hope you'll stick around and keep coming back for future episodes. So, administration. There's really not much. I'm going to just kind of drop down here where you can find me. I'm most active on Instagram and Ravelry. There's a Ravelry group for the podcast, and yeah, I'll drop down where to find you. I'm going to warn you up front, I have not had caffeine in 36 hours. And I'm really tired. I'm trying to wean myself off because I have a feeling I may need to go more than 24 hours or about 24 hours without caffeine when I have my surgery in a week's time. And I don't want to compound the pain I'm probably going to have from the surgery with the atrocious headaches you get when you have caffeine withdrawal. So I've been gradually easing myself off a little bit each day, and so far I have had nothing for 36 hours. So I've hit the point where I think I can go without getting that headache. I had a little bit of one, and then it seemed to have eased off. So I think we're good. The only thing is that I don't have my little caffeine kick in the morning that gets me going. And really, I just want to lay down and take a nap. Okay, so what am I drinking? I've got my newest mug here, and I am drinking herbal decaffeinated lemon thriller tea, which is my go-to. So, it's still kind of hot, and that's in my mug that I got a few weeks ago when we went to, Lunenburg, Wolfville, somewhere, Bay? I don't know. Wolfville. It was Wolfville. I don't know. My brain's not functioning. So let's dive right in because I have two faux, a tale of woe, and a new cast on. Actually, I can't remember if I showed you the new cast on last time. I don't think I did. But if I did, I would have literally just cast it on. So you would have had maybe a row or something. So, dun, 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 dun. I did, as of this morning, an hour ago maybe, finished my nephew's Christmas socks. So, put them right side up maybe. So they don't fit on the sock blockers very well because he's got big feet. So, but look at the detail in these. I love this. My brother said that the boys wanted, he said they like dark socks, like black or brown, which I've mentioned. And I am just, the idea of knitting just plain black or brown socks is yeah, not doing it. So this was my compromise. So it's kind of blacks and grays. I think it's beautiful. I really want this for myself. And there is yarn left over. And I have small feet, so I don't know. I might be able to get myself a shorty pair of socks out of it, but I don't know. Maybe if I do contrasting heels and and cuffs maybe. I don't know. But when it's Lockhouse Cottage Yarns, and I got it at my local sorry. Brace yourself, people. This is going to be a wild ride. I got this at my local yarn store, The Loop, and they usually carry Lockhouse Cottage yarns, and I think they don't have much in stock there right now, which means they'll probably be restocking, and I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for another skein of these because I really, really love this. So I think I'd had the one done last episode, so I finished this one. These ones took a little longer because, oh my god, his feet are huge. Guys have huge feet. I'm used to doing socks for my feet, which are size 5.5 max. So like they would stop, I don't know, around there. So it just felt like, you know, and I made the leg a little longer because he's tall, so what are you gonna do? Yeah, so that is my finished object. This is not my tale of woe. So I just have 2 pairs of socks left to finish for Christmas that I really need to get finished, and then 2 optional pair that would be great if I could get them done, but it's okay if I don't. So I only have 10 days until my surgery, so I don't know if I'm going to finish my other nephew's socks, which I'm going to be knitting out of Evie Knits self-striping. And this is her, I think it's Bailey the tabby cat. And this is in her 75-25 superwash nylon, superwash merino nylon, and this is self-striping. So I actually bought 2 skeins of this because I knew I absolutely wanted to knit this for myself. In fact, I originally bought it for myself, and then when my brother said that the boys like dark socks, I figured this is close enough. Plus, Dylan's a bit of a wild card, you know, too. So I think he'll be good with the stripes, and I think my other nephew will like these. So that's my first finished object. So I think after my surgery, I'm probably going to be out of commission for November, but that still leaves me December. So I think I can get my other nephew, who has small feet because he's younger. I can get his done fairly quickly, and then I have my husband's, which are going to take a little longer. And he's getting brown with pops of red and blue through it. So I'm really interested to see how this knits up. And I think this is Lockhouse Cottage yarn too. Yeah, it is. This is Lockhouse Cottage yarn as well. I have quite a few of their skeins because I love them. They're beautiful. So my next finished object and my sad tale of woe. Is jeez. My bangs are I'm growing them out, but they're not quite there yet, so I can't tuck them all behind my ears to get them to stay out of my face when I'm doing stuff. We'll see how long that stays. So I'm going to scooch back here a little bit. Here is my TEGNA sweater. So, why am I not wearing this, you ask? Well, let me tell you. This is my arm. This is the arm of the sweater. And I I don't know if I can do this. I should have tried this beforehand. I don't know if it's going to work. Okay. One is bigger than the other. So I was a little concerned that the, let's stand up here. So I was a little concerned that this was a little tight here in the shoulder seam. And then when I started the decrease, I realized that it just looked too narrow for me because I do have bigger arms. Like I'm narrower through here, but then I've got like wider arms. So I'm sort of more like a small through here and then a medium to extra medium in the arms. So anyway, I was a little concerned, but I thought, okay, well, I'll like really block the crap out of this thing and see if that helps. So I did that. Well, so I soaked it. I soaked it and then I blocked it, and it did, like, the lace blocked out really nice. I didn't get like the neck where I picked up the stitches. It's still sloppy looking to me. And the shoulder where the sleeves are attached, like that side here is kind of sloppy. I don't think this side's too bad. It's not too bad. And then on this one, it's got like a ridge because I stupidly had it inside out when I picked up the stitches. So, but back of this picked up clean. So I don't know what I did different on the back that I didn't do on the front. I don't know. Anyway, so I blocked it and like soaked it and blocked it. And then once it was all dry, I went to try it on, and I literally could not get my arms through. Like, I don't know if I can do this now. This is what it looked like. Brace yourselves. Like, I can't get it past there. Seriously? What the hell? Like, and then I thought, I wonder if, because it's 85% cotton, organic cotton, and then 15% was alpaca, I believe. Oh, it made my nose itchy. So I wonder if maybe, because like it feels like it's got stretch, but man, these arms, they were not stretching at all. And honestly, by the time I finished this sweater, I absolutely love the yarn. I love it. It's so soft. It's nice and light. But the style of the sweater, I don't really know if it's me or not. So when it didn't fit, it was almost like, given all the other issues I've had while knitting this sweater, it was almost just like, one more thing. Of course it doesn't fit. It's like, it was like the last nail in its coffin, or in my coffin from a knitting standpoint. But the joke's on it because it will fit my niece fine. It might be a little looser on her here, but the arms will fit her. And, you know, this is supposed to be kind of cropped and loose fitting anyway. So I sent the picture to my sister and just said, you know, do you think Maggie would like this? She's like, yeah, she would love it. So I warned her. I said, it's not perfect. It's got some, you know, imperfections. So if she just wants to wear it kicking around the house, or it's not her style, that's perfectly fine. I'll rehome it somewhere. Stupid hair. So anyway, How long has this been on the needle? Since July, maybe? June? May? I don't know. It's off the needles now. And this was only my second sweater. So for me, I'm just like, learning curve. This was the first bottom up sweater I did. The first one I did was the Pintilla by Hoki Locatelli, and that was top down. So I've now done bottom up and top down. I don't know that I have necessarily a preference one way or the other. The thing I do like about the top down, obviously, is that you can sort of judge your length as you're going. For this one, I had a little trouble, and I thought it would stretch longer than, or more than it did, clearly. So it's actually even maybe a little more cropped than I would want it. So again, it'll be perfect for my niece. That was my faux with the sad tale of woe. What are you gonna do? Sweater number 2. Learning curve. So what did I learn? First off, I learned when my first instinct says, hey, I think you should frog this. Maybe I should go with that. The second thing I learned was I need to perfect my wrap and turns because I think I'm doing something wrong because they still show up. And you know what? I never even stopped to look after I blocked them if they showed up as much as they did before I blocked it. Well, let's just check that out. I don't know, maybe they didn't. Maybe they don't. You can, yeah, actually I mean, I can still sort of, if I'm really looking, pick up where they are in here. But again, it doesn't really, like, unless you were really looking for it, I don't think you'd find them. So maybe I'm not doing something wrong. Podcast would be like I meant to bring it. Oh, I did bring a clip down. Okay, hang on. We're gonna do some remedial hair. There. Clips. All right. So, sad tale of woe over. Let's talk about the new cast on, which thus far I'm thoroughly enjoying. So I have decided my next project is the Veronica. And this is by Shannon, Very Shannon Patterns. And I don't have my glasses on again. Shannon Cook. So I started knitting this and set that over there. And this is gonna have dog hair on it. I'm warning you up front. It's gonna be covered in dog hair. So I'm doing this in Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Superwash in the Garnet Heather. So it's this like beautiful, rich red color. And, oops. Get this going here. So this is what I have so far. Jeez. I was knitting this on the couch where the dog often makes his home through the day when we're not here. So this here is going, this part here is going to be kind of this part here. So I'm basically kind of maybe to here so far. But I have to say, because it's a worsted weight yarn, it is knitting up really quickly. So this is only from maybe 3 days of knitting, maybe. I feel like I'm too close now because there. I gotta hold up things up too high. So I really like this. I think it's going to be super comfy. Our office is usually, oh my god, there's so much dog hair on this. Extra insulation. Seriously. So this is going to be super warm and comfy to wear in the office, and just like kicking around the house or whatnot. I'd really hoped to have this done before my surgery because I thought it would be, number one, easy to put on. Oh my god, there's so much dog hair in this. Easy to kind of slip on without moving my arm too much, since I won't be able to move my arm too much. But I really don't think I can have this done in 10 days while I'm still trying to get the socks done. So that's probably not going to happen. But I think I can have it done maybe before Christmas if my shoulder feels okay to knit in December. So this is like, there, you can kind of get the, look at the color there. It's a little, showing up a little lighter than what it is, but not too much. But I really, really enjoy this. It's fairly simple to knit so far. I don't think, oh my god, I'm aghast. Even I'm aghast at the amount of dog hair on this. So I've got, I think I have 10 balls of this, and these come in 50-gram balls, and there's 110 yards to the 50 grams. And I'm knitting this. What size needles am I using? Using my Chaga's Interchangeable, and this is the 5.0 or 5mm, which is, I don't know what that is in US. Does it say US 8? Yeah. I love my Chiagu Interchangeables. I love Chiagus. Like, they're really, I think they're definitely my favorites. I love my high sharps, but it's the red lace cable that does it for me. Like, it's so malleable. It's not stiff and hard to sort of move around. So there's really not too much to say about that. I'm using my little stitch canner because you have to do a four line repeat. That's one thing I did do, or didn't do. I set it down, and I thought I was at the end of like the 4 row repeat, and I think that was probably around here. So I started up again as if it were the first row 1, and realized I was not at the end of the row, but I had no idea where in the row I was. So I thought I figured it out, and then I started knitting again. I looked down, and I was like, crap, no, I'm still in the wrong place. So I literally had to take it all the way back to, I think, like 4 rows below what I had done, because what I also noticed was in here, which is 1 by 1 ribbing, I had purled where I should have knit or I should have purled. So I thought, if I'm tinking back, I might as well just go back 2 extra rows and fix that, then figure out where I am in the pattern and start again. So that's what I did. I'm actually glad I did that, because the thing here, it wasn't super noticeable, but I noticed it, and it was really kind of irritating me, because I've sort of decided, usually I'm pretty good with, okay, that's a little bit of a mistake, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. But with my sweaters, I want to try to get better with each sweater and improve like my technique, and, you know, maybe not let things go quite so easily, and be, you know, comfortable with kind of tinking back and fixing things if I need to, as opposed to just going and then keep on going. So I'm glad I did do that, because it was kind of bugging me. But so far, that's the only error I made. And then after I did that, I had my little thing here in every row. I would just go until I hit 4, and then I'd reset it. which this thing's really handy to have. I love this thing. So that is pretty much everything that is on the needles. And that is in, oops, my needles craft bag, which has all the little Paris and London things on it, which I love. Also, it's big enough to hold all the yarn. So that is that. The only thing, I'm really, really, really tempted to cast on the Weekender by Andrea Mowry, and I wonder if, so next up for sweaters is going to be the Weekender by Andrea Mowry. So I really want to cast this on now, but I'm like, okay, you get 10 days before you're incapacitated. So just concentrate on finishing what you've got on the needles now, getting the socks done for Christmas, and then in December, you can cast this on. So I am going to cast on, this is my Wool of the Andes Superwash with their Persimmon Heather colorway. And this is in the worsted weight. Yep. Checking. Hope it's worsted weight. So that's what I'm going to knit up the Weekender with, and I think I will cast this on in December as a celebration for, hey, I can use my shoulder again, sort of. So that's in one of my loop bags. I think this was the one that had the TEGNA in it, so now that it's empty, I had to refill it. So I think that's really about it. Like, there's not a whole lot in the queue other than the socks I need to get done for Christmas. And then the Weekender. I'm trying to keep myself focused on just one or two projects right now, so I don't, because I want to cast on everything, and I know the reason that I want to cast on everything is because I know that I'm not going to be able to knit for 4 weeks, and that is sort of freaking me out a little. So it's almost as if I think that casting on everything is going to change that. And then it's just going to be more things I have cast on that I'm going to be looking at and feeling really crappy because I can't knit them. So just as some sort of self-preservation for my mental health, I'm not going to do it. So, so that's that. That's that. I did console myself the other day with, I did console myself the other day by going down to the Loop and buying something. I know I said I wasn't going to buy any more yarn or something to that effect. Something similar. Anyway. But Lichen and Lace, who's one of my favorite hand dyers, had just got a shipment into the Loop, and they had her mohair, and I wasn't going to buy any because I'm like, you know, mohair is really hard to knit with. But it was so pretty. It was so pretty. And, you know, what are you going to do? So this is her Rainy Day colorway, which is actually one of my favorite colorways that she does. It's like blue and black, and it's got a little bit of, I have a little bit of gray in there, I'm not sure. And then I got her the same one on her singles. Pop that off. On her singles base to go with it, and I'm going to knit up a shawl for this, or a cowl. I'm not sure which. And I do have Rainy Day in fingerings, or the sock weight, 80/20. But what's this blend on this one? I don't know. I don't know because I don't have my glasses on. So this one is 100% superwash merino, and it's 400 yards. So I don't know what I'm going to knit out of it. I may do another bird of the feather shawl, even though I've done no work on my current bird of a feather shawl. Or I'll just kind of check around on Ravelry and see if I can find one that has, like, for the two color or two skeins shawl. But I really love those colors together. So I did buy that, and I also bought myself this bag, and this is all Stacy from Stress Knits. This is her fault. she showed one of these bags by Dogwood Knits on her one of her last episodes of her podcast, and it was so beautiful, and she was raving about the quality, and I was like, I just love kind of like the simple, like, dark color here, and then almost like a linen up here, and then this matching zipper, and then the inside is like this beautiful stripe. And she was right, like, it is so beautiful and well made. And then it's boxes out. It's got the box. What are they called? The box bottom. So that's her card, and she's on Etsy, and she's also on Instagram as Dogwood Knits, and her shop is dogwoodknits.com. So yeah, I would definitely recommend these bags. They are so beautiful. I had a hard time choosing which one I wanted, but this is actually one of my favorite colors here. So that's what did it in the end. And she also put in a little, you can see there's like a little stitch marker here in kind of a honeycomb shape, and some tea, which I had to force myself not to drink before the podcast so I can show you. But it's Waterfall Tea Company, Bianca Chamomile, so it's almost like a white chamomile, premium herbal blend. So it's organic Egyptian chamomile, orange peels, hibiscus blended with natural orange flavor. So that's going to get drank. I'm going to drink this weekend. Oh yeah, grammar. So those were kind of my two purchases. I also bought something else just for doing the hand dyeing that I wanted to try, but it's like just a strainer thing. It's not that exciting. Well, it might be exciting if it works the way I want it to, but anyway, so that's basically all that's been going on this week. Like, I've been really monogamous with the knitting. Coming up, for the shop news, I am actually going to do some hand dyeing. I may do some today and a little tomorrow. I do want to get a few more colorways in the shop that I've wanted to try, plus I want to try out my new little doodad. So there may be some more colorways coming, and the shop update will likely be, it's going to have to be next weekend, because I'm not going to be able to be on the computer much after that. My any orders that do get if you order anything from the shop, my husband's going to help me package those up. He doesn't know that yet, but he'll help me. It's fine. So I'll still be able to get shipments out. And what else? That's kind of it. I'm still doing the, if you buy 3 skeins or more, you get free shipping in the shop. And there's still plenty of colorways in the shop right now. That's about it. That's it for shop news. Even that's short. Oh my god, this is going to be a short episode, people. We're just breezing through. So I guess that's really everything. So let's talk, people. The next episode would normally be, so episode 44 would normally be not like 2 weeks from today. But that's actually going to be about 3-4 days after my surgery. At which point I may or may not be able to shower yet. And I'm probably still going to be in a fair amount of pain. So, that being said, I am probably not going to do an episode on my regularly scheduled 2 weeks from now. I may get my husband to set up my podcasting stuff, or I may set it up before my surgery, so that when I am able to sort of move around a bit more, I might be able to come in and do sort of little vlogs, or I may use my phone if I'm able to. The thing is I've never had shoulder surgery before, and everybody who I know who has had it or knows somebody who has it has said it's fairly painful, and you're not going to be able to use, I know I'm going to be in a sling for 2 weeks, so I'm really not going to be able to use it. I don't know how much after the sling comes off, how quickly my mobility is going to come back. I know when I first injured it, my mobility came back pretty quickly with physiotherapy. They were really impressed with how quickly I got my mobility back, which I'm hoping will be indicative of how fast I get my mobility back after the surgery. But it's hard to say. So I may try to do a couple little update vlogs, but I'm not sure. But I do know that 2 weeks, so like a month from now, I should definitely be able to get an episode up. So if you don't see me in 2 weeks, you will see me in 4. So, and that's the best I can do as far as trying to figure out what I can and can't do. So what other life stuff is going on? Oh, we started watching, and this was on Crave TV, and I'm not sure. It might have been an HBO show. I'm not sure. But it's got, oh my God, I just totally blanked on her name. Oh is her last name, from Grey's Anatomy. Sandra Oh. It's called Killing Eve. It is so good. It is so good. We're watching the last episode tonight, and I think it's 8 episodes, and I think that might be it. Like, I think that's like the end of the whole story arc. There isn't a season 2 or whatever, but I don't know. I'll have to Google that, because I can't imagine how they would have a season 2. I don't know, but it's really, really good. We're trying to figure out what we're going to watch next. We're kind of going between the second season of Making a Murderer. I really have all the information you need right now, don't I? Or the second season of Ozark. I've got a list of stuff that I've been wanting to watch that probably isn't stuff that my husband would want to watch, and I've got about a month off from work, so, and nothing else to do. So I'm probably going to be watching a lot of Netflix over the month of November. So yeah, I'm probably going to be binge watching. So that's about it. I'm looking at the time here, like 42 minutes, and that's like pre-edit. This is definitely my shortest episode ever, and I'm thinking, am I forgetting something? Am I? I don't think so. We did shop update, we did acquisitions, we did hoes, we did foes, we had works in progress, we have one thing in the queue. Well, actually, we really have like 100 things in the queue, but one thing that's like next up from the queue. And that's about it. So I'm gonna let you guys go, because otherwise I'm gonna just start blathering on about nothing. Oh, there was one thing I did do, and it's sort of in the queue, but I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get to it. But I did join KnitVent 2018 that Helen Stewart did. Last year I didn't take part in KnitVent, but after the fact I had bought the patterns, because there were a lot of the ones that I was seeing coming out that I really wanted to knit. So when it came up this year, I thought, okay, I don't know when I'm going to be able to knit it, but I really do want the patterns. So because I know, like, because of the way that the timing is staggered between when the patterns are released, they're usually kind of like quick knits, but they're really nice. Her patterns are oh so beautiful. So I said, screw it, I'm going to do it. So I did. I bought the KnitVent 2018. So I'm not sure when. I think the first pattern is released November 1st, which is next week. Yes, next week. So yeah. I did buy that, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to start knitting on it, but you know, someday I can start knitting on it for next Christmas. So that's it. So I'm going to let you guys go. Again, thank you for all you who keep coming back every week and subscribe. If you like the episode, give it a thumbs up. I don't know if I'm picking the right side or here. Give it a thumbs up. That really helps get the word out, and you know, gets the podcast in front of some more people. And to all the new viewers and subscribers, I hope you guys will come back for the next episode, which will hopefully not be in 4 weeks, but will definitely be in 4 weeks at the most. And until then, I hope you all have a great 2 to 4 weeks. And I will see you back here for episode 44. And until then, happy knitting. Bye. I know I said I wasn't going to. I know what I said. I just can't say it now because words.